play here as the game loads up. Look at those beautiful flybys there. I love it.
I know. It's almost like you produced them, isn't it, right, Kevin?
Oh, well, now that you mention it.
Yeah, so here we are. We have loaded into game 1. We see Team 6 versus Team Mirage. We see on Team Mirage the selection of Cypher, Sage, Sova, Breach, and Brimstone. For Team 6, we see Omen. I'm excited to see some Omen from Necrox here, because Omen has actually not been played a lot in some of the competitive matches I've seen. I've seen him a lot more in terms of like POV and fun streaming. Skadoodle has actually played him a lot in his own stream. But I'm excited to see Omen, and then also Raze. Surprisingly, Brax just asked in our Discord if Raze is allowed, and I told him yes, and nobody on Team Mirage picked it. So let's see. We're going to start here, Team 6's defense. And we see a little bit of a stack near the B side of the map for Team Mirage to start, the 2 of them pushing into hookah and 3 on long.
Yeah, no surprise, most people loading up with ghosts and a little bit of utility. AZK here coming over the top of the tower as everyone tries to push towards B a little bit further. NVK with a grenade there to push people back for the time being. Just a slow push in, though. And you mentioned the Omen pick before. There's some fun shenanigans with Sage and Omen as Canadian grabs opening kill there. Now up 5-4 for Team 6. More kills coming in there. NVK gets Gaba. Hiko answers right back and takes out Necrox. Nothing with a double, though. Takes out Canadian and then NVK. Immediately answered back by Thinkingnade and Rampy, though. Kills flying back and forth down to 1 player on each site. Still battling around B site.
And we see a 1v1 here between Rampy and let's see what he can do. He's playing the hookah site. The spike is down on B long, which is where the other player for Team Mirage is sitting. He's going to try to get a little bit of a flank here by going through hookah very quietly and seeing if he can pull through. And the teleporter with the spike. Fake him out. He does have time to plant. Takes about 4.5 seconds to plant. We will certainly see what will happen here. He should be able to get the plant off, and then it will have to be Rampy to try to get a retake here for Team 6.
Who tries to get a quick flash and just jump right into A site, though. As we can see, walking through lamps, too, the most beautiful room in the entire game. Hiko playing patient.
Can Hiko make this hold? He only has 5 health.
Yeah, it just takes a couple of decent shots with a ghost, though. Here comes Rampy, throws down the Molotov, misses Hiko, though, still at 5 HP. He's going to try and get on for the defuse. Hiko can hear it. Peeks around the corner. No, goes down.
And wow, what an opening round for Team 6.
There you have it. So Team 6 takes the opening round. Pretty good play there overall, too. You were right. They were patient. They took it slow. They won engagements.
Impressive by Rampy, starting things off this way. I'm intrigued. We saw Hiko there with the plant, which is good, particularly for the economy. Although we shouldn't see. Yeah, they're going to save on the side of Team Mirage after losing the first round. It's usually the way that these games go. For people unfamiliar with Counter-Strike, which obviously Valorant is very inspired by, you lose your pistol round, you usually save, and you move into the next round. So. Really exciting to sort of see what the strategy is here. This should just be a thrown-away round for Team Mirage. They can obviously try to hurt some economy by trying to kill one of the players from Team 6, but overall, I think that we're going to have to wait until round 3 here to really see what they're made of when we see Vandals and Phantoms and other guns come out.
Yeah, nothing's Brimstone. Playing a little bit towards A to draw some people off, maybe get a cheeky kill as they can catch a rotate here, but already... a couple of players sneaking around the side. That's 2 quick kills. Hiko answers by taking down Omen, though. 2 for 1, make it a 3 for 1 is takes out Brax. And as you mentioned, there should be a quick cleanup. Down to 1 player remaining. Just Brimstone and nothing standing. He does get a kill, though. Picks up the Spectre.
And nothing's waiting, but we see Rampy on that flank sitting there and actually not that far from him. He's going to smoke out the spike to be able to get it, but... they should know that he's here. He's not moving particularly fast, so his footsteps won't give him away, but Rampy's waiting there right around that corner that nothing's about to turn, and we'll see how that goes.
Well, didn't go very well.
Rampy with the frag. Rampy with the frag to close things out. Really, Rampy so far has been the one to make this happen for Team 6. Obviously, was in the 1v1 with Hiko early in the first round and closed that out successfully. And there again, just waiting for nothing to push up and try to make a play somewhere else. Now has a Phantom, and let's see what he can do. I certainly did not expect Team 6 to win the pistol and come out like this. Maybe they are better than we thought, Kevin. Maybe.
Well, you know, I love the Phoenix pick, right? Because he just has so much zoning potential between the Blaze Wall or Hot Hands. And then, by the way, he can flash you around the side and he has great engage potential. So I like this. It seems like it's working for Team 6 right now. We'll see if they can hold on, though, as a few more guns on the side of Mirage this go-around.
Getting his ult orb there. Rampy now has a fully charged ult, and we have switched to MVK's. We have switched to his cam, and we see him rotating over to B. We see the Mirage team playing very slowly, having people towards A short, having Cypher back at A long. Ska here with the spike is sitting up mid, and we see Hiko as sitting at the hookah position. So we'll see if they want to make a play here where they want to go. Obviously, they now have weapons, so they can actually do something. We see a lot of Vandals bought out on the side of Team Mirage. Hiko just trying to get these entries. Couldn't find them successfully. That Cypher camera should be able to spot, depending on the POV. They should know now that there are two people sitting there with AZK and Hiko both sitting at the hookah position, but they haven't seen the spike yet. Skadoodle's been playing very slow and patient, sitting there in mid. They haven't decided where they're going to go, but they do need to go pretty fast because it takes about 4.5 seconds to plant. So they need to make a play here in about the next 15 seconds.
I do want to call out, though, that, as AZK gets the opening frag there, takes out Thinkingnade. Nothing did a good job to draw a lot of attention away is Brimstone, though. AZK gets a second kill on Canadian. He actually pulled the ult out of Phoenix, forced a lot of people to rotate over to him, and this has opened up a really easy plant for Mirage, and it looks like their first good round of the game so far.
And Rampy took that flash, and he did flash AZK, but he didn't flash Skadoodle, and Skadoodle was able to pull him up from a different angle and get the frag. We see Hiko closing out MVK. They should know, by them firing through that, they should know where Necrox is with the Omen. He is rotating through the hookah position. At this point, though, I would just call for a save, because I actually don't think that there's a world where he can retake this against 4, but maybe he'll try to get some exits frags. He does, though, have AZK waiting on the long position, so if he moves back that way, you obviously see the Mirage players abandoning sight to not be able to die, but Necrox should be able to save this Vandal here.
This is a huge swing in favor of Mirage, though. Their economy was already pretty good going into that round with the save. On top of that, they salvage a bunch of guns, and 6 is kind of wiped out at the moment, so I think they need to take things easy. But as soon as I say that, though, right away they're going to full buy a couple of big guns here, so see if they can make a stand with this, but Mirage certainly has the advantage right now.
Yeah, they certainly, I mean, if you win the first 2 rounds and then lose the third, which is a pretty even-footed from a gun and economy perspective, you should have enough economy to buy even if you lose that round because you've stacked it up over the first 2. So now we see a little bit more of an even gun matchup here, similar to last round. It's important here that Team 6 wins this round if they want to keep their economy. Otherwise, they're likely looking at a save as we head into the 5th round next round. But again, we see sort of this spread out formation for Team Mirage. You see Hiko playing. Hiko is playing the middle position, looking to push into hookah. AZK and Skadoodle right behind him. And then Nothing and Brax are on the other side of the map. Brax just looking to get some information in A showers. We see that Thinkingnade puts out one of the Sage Slows on that side of the map, and an early frag of trade from Canadian and Skadoodle, who answers back. And now we see Team Mirage moving towards A site here. And just Brax has been sitting there just listening. So we'll see sort of what... He hasn't thrown up his camera yet, but certainly looking to get it out. We're going to see the smoke to try to slow this down from Necrox. And they're holding both positions pretty well.
Nothing had the angle there for a second. Ult comes out, though, from Breach. As everyone from Mirage tries to push onto the site right now.
But they don't see where Necrox is.
Yeah, but unfortunately it gets taken out, though. Hiko does a pretty good job once he does get him to snap right around and grab the kill, down to just one player remaining in the stage. Probably can't do this alone. And once again, pretty good round for Mirage. There's the headshot. Hiko gets another kill, puts him up to 6-2 for the round.
Now the monk
Yeah, Hiko having a really good performance here. Obviously someone who was very famous, probably the most famous player in North America at one point in Counter-Strike. And took a little bit of a sabbatical before coming back, and now is a very popular influencer in the Counter-Strike and FPS spaces. So, you know, it's been really fun to sort of see him compete in some of these invitationals after not seeing him compete for a few months here. Close to a year, actually, in some of these other Counter-Strike tournaments. So I'm glad to see Hiko back.
Absolutely. So, super strong performance. Opens up right away with 2 kills, 3 kills. 3
frags.
All around the side. There's the 4th kill. AZK had the 5th. I mean, you know, you think you can stack and maybe steal a kill from them, but now Hiko's just going to grab 4 of you. Now up to 10-2. Massive economy in favor of Mirage at the moment. It's going to take an awful lot to break this. Probably 2 rounds at least consecutively from Team 6 just to get back in this.
Yeah, I mean, that's more of what we expect from Team Mirage. Hiko there with the 4K, 4 kills straight in a row, all headshots, one through a wall. That is what we expect of this team. Obviously, the thing that is most similar between Valorant and Counter-Strike is the aim itself and the guns. The Vandal's very similar to the AK-47. The Phantom's very similar to the M4. The Bulldog's similar to the FAMAS, so on and so forth. So we certainly, when we think about good aimers in this game, it has to be the Counter-Strike pros, you know, right below the devs in terms of people who have been playing this more recently. We do see Canadian using the Cypher to try to dissuade them from pushing through. But again, we see a spread out formation from Team Mirage. They've decided to leave the bomb back closer to spawn. AZK is now rotating to grab it himself. Another Necrox smoke. He's been playing that Lamps position pretty frequently, actually. And, you know, you would think you would want to switch it up a little bit, especially because he got the jump on them last game, or 2 rounds ago, sorry, and just managed to turn around and get headshot pretty quickly. They collapsed on him in a way that they should have. We do see 3 at A site, which is where Team Mirage is moving towards. The call should be made here pretty soon, though. And you notice with Team Mirage, too, they're not very antsy. They like to play the time. Skadoodle going through the portal to make that a 5-person team, or 5-person A site push here. And leading with an ult Hiko. But MVK gets his ultimate off on the Brax to get an early frag. Hiko cleans up Canadian. Then we see a 3v4 here. Thinkingnade with another frag returned by Ska onto Rampy. And now we see a 3v3 situation. 3v2 situation with now 3v1 with Skadoodle getting 2 frags there. Very nice by Skadoodle. One of my players to watch throughout this tournament. Obviously, very highly regarded. A 4K for him. Shock Bolt cleaning it up right there at the very end.
Insult to injury, getting killed with the shock bolt there. I gotta say, I was expecting more from this Omen pick, right? Like, I was super happy about it. We saw the attempt at the flank a couple rounds ago, as you had called out before, but Necrox just really hasn't been able to make that work. And if you do make Omen such a big part of your team's gameplay, you better be able to exploit that once in a while, right? But it just hasn't paid off, unfortunately. And once again, Mirage moves on. They've had pretty much everything going in their favor. All the action has been on A, though, even though they've pushed B, 5 out of the 6 rounds to start. Everything's ended up coming back to kills on A, so nothing on Brimstone.
Well, they did have
corner once again.
They did have the one round where Hiko got the 4K sitting in mid on the players who were coming out of hookah and coming out of the teleporter also. So certainly they've sort of varied it up a little bit. They've been pretty good about sort of playing at least the first minute, trying to gain as much information as possible. See Brax there getting an opening frag right around that corner on the Canadian. The captains of these 2 teams have been killing each other quite a lot here in this matchup.
Yeah, Brax finally got a chance to play the game there. He'd been going over towards A for vision pretty much the entire time, but never had failed to show for it. Now, though, Mirage collapsing on B. I'm sorry, he was on B most of the time. They're collapsing on B, though, to 2 players remaining for 6. AZK takes out MVK in the back, and this should be a pretty easy plant and clean up here in the 5th round on the board for Mirage.
We saw nothing get a lurk kill over on the A site as they tried to rotate to counter this, and then Skadoodle with the very clean entry just to push it in, and now we have a 5-2 Mirage lead. I think this is more or less what we were expecting. I think we were a little surprised by the by the pistol round coming out, the fact that Team 6 got themselves an early 2-0 lead, but certainly more of what we expected, the Team Mirage and their Counter-Strike prowess coming to bat.
I just really think they would have swapped things up at this point. I mean, this whole 3-on-A was a pretty good look for a while, but clearly the entire time, Mirage has just been pushing towards B to start things off. It's only been Brimstone dropping smokes on A just to keep people sticking around there for a while, so they've been playing pretty much at a disadvantage this whole time. I just think I got to adapt.
Yeah, I don't know if you want here to either stack one site and sort of take that risk and see if you can get the rotation if you're Team 6. And frankly, you know, a lot of the analysis I have heard has been that Valorant is a very everything is very defender-sided in this game versus some of the other games like Counter-Strike where things are a lot more balanced. But it seems like all three maps, Split, Haven, and Bind, are all very decided on the defender's end of things. So getting a attacker's lead here for Team Mirage is going to be really good because when they switch sides, they should have a little bit of inherent game advantage. And obviously, you see them entry onto B site, and they get it. They're about to plant here momentarily, and we see this rotation from Rampy and Necrox, but I don't think it will be enough. At this point, you just think that they're going to have to save, as it seems they're doing. Ska
and Hiko are lighting up the scoreboard every round. I get it. Nothing's Brimstone has been amazing, and it has been so much fun to watch this. He's single-handedly keeping the attention of 3 people at any given point in time and usually scoring a frag or 2 on the way out. He's constantly been in a position to effectively rotate and support his team. I honestly think he's been the MVP for the upper. And of course, on command, he dies to Necrox, but AZK gets the trade. Just one more player remaining for Team 6.
We will see 3 of Team Mirage survive. Rampy, the sole member of Team 6, left alive, and will keep his guns and try to move in to the 9th round.
Looks like we're setting up for the exact same setup here, though. Oh, wow, this time I guess Brax heard me, so he's going to go hang out a little bit with Brimstone, at least maybe get some vision before he heads back to the team. Finally, a bit of a change up here from Team 6. We got 3 players moving over towards B. Naturally, just the moment at which 3 players are now moving over towards A for Team Mirage.
We do see a little bit of a spread out here. Skadoodle's going to look for this early frag in the mid on A mid. He's going to take the recon drone around, which will get shot before he can get off the bolt. We'll try to get some vision here.
Fires off the shock bolts around the corner there to try and grab some damage. Can't do it. Nothing. Continues to push onto the sites. In a gunfight, NDK actually wins the first frag against AZK. Things aren't going too well over at B at the moment, but there's 3 players for Team 6 that are occupied there all the while. The rest of Team Mirage is pushing up onto the A side.
For hellfire!
There comes the Brimstone ult. Not going to catch anyone. Good flash there, though, from Phoenix. Kill going the way of Necrox, takes out Skadoodle, immediately traded by Brax. Rampy takes out Hiko using his ult there too, gets the extra life, and he's going to run back over to the site. A 4v2 now in favor of 6. Pretty good hold from them so far.
And now you see Canadian is coming up from the back of Baths. We will see if he can do anything here. The plant has not been made yet, but this is the best round we've seen from Team 6 in about 7 rounds here in terms of being able to come back and really fight. Canadian gets 1 on the flank. And they clean it up. NVK killing Brax to end the round. And Team 6 is back on the board.
Hey, we did it, Reddit! So there's a little bit of economy for them. They'll be able to have a pretty decent buy here. They got to do that a lot more times, though, because I'm really afraid of the fact that no matter which side they decide to stack, they're being fairly slow to rotate. They seem to be losing those 3v2s. It was a good round last time, but I think they've got to show a lot more consistency going forward here.
We'll see. Canadian trying to get vision here on B long, and they are on the B side of the map, but they are mostly mid, not on B long. We only see Brax as the one who is hanging there, but he's hanging back, not where that camera would see him. We're going to see Hiko and Skadoodle and AZK try to make a push out of Hookah. Hiko's sole survivor after the Sage slow comes out. on the side of Team 6. He's just looking for information here to try to get a frag. He knows that there is a... He knows that they are here in the early headshot on MBK by Hiko. Skadoodle trades the one frag for another, but Canadian with the Phantom Spray cleans up AZK and Skadoodle. Impressive there. Only to get knocked down by Brax, though. Here's a 2v2 for Team 6 versus Team Mirage. We see the bomb is still on the B site, but we also see, although now Brax has the information of where these players will be. Necrox and Rampy clean it up, and another round for Team 6. 4-6, getting a little bit more competitive here after what was a lot of momentum for Team Mirage.
Cypher, did you roll? Well, it doesn't matter because we're just going to win the gunfights afterwards. We don't care if you know where we're at. That's really good. I mean, because obviously it means the ult is down as well for a little while. That's a really good swing in favor of Team 6. They've now got a pretty effective economy. They're not going to break Mirages by the time this entire half is done, but they're in a great spot. Another B stack coming in here for Mirage to begin this. 3 players shifting over to A for Team 6 at the moment.
Canadian looking for that information again. Brax playing smart, trying to get some information of his own, holding back so Canadian's camera on Cypher cannot see him. See Skadoodle pick up the spike, moving over towards Hookah again. Will he make the decision to go B long, which is where he's watching right now, or will he make the decision to go towards Hookah? AZK and Hiko pushing up, looking for some sort of flash here to entry themselves into the site. It didn't hit anyone, though, so we will see if they make the call. It looks like they will be making the call to go back towards A site.
It's been great patience from Thinkingnade here, and it looks like just due to that patience and the occasional slow has pushed most of the Mirage back over to A. Looks like Raves knows this, so NBK rotating around the back to try and meet A. Canadian Cypher stepping forward. Oh, here comes the ult, though.
Nowhere to run!
Oh, wow, there it is. NBK with the double kill, taking out nothing, and Brax Scott takes out NBK right back. But pretty good use of the ult to snag the double there.
See Canadian with the flank. Will he be able to get behind Team Mirage? They are walled off from moving on to the side. They can plant here right next to the truck. Canadian's behind them. He gets one. AZK responds with a frag on Rampy and on Thinkingnade. He should know now where Canadian is, but he does have to play 2, and now versus 2. He got Skadoodle up, gets the kill on Canadian, and Necrox, a 4K from AZK, closes out the round. Team Mirage said, Team 6, we are going to break your momentum. Incredible play there by AZK from Team Mirage.
That was gross. He was in the middle of the animation for his resurrection, spotted, swapped back, got the headshot, turned around, and the others didn't need the resurrection. Apparently, it was just to draw Team 6 out, evidently, as we go into the last round now before the half is going to come to a close. 7-4 advantage for Mirage, and they take the momentum right back.
We'll see them favor towards B side again after being successful at the A side, although it did not look like it would be that way before AZK made such a difference with the ultimate. And only one player, Thinkingnade, sitting here in Hookah. His back is turned the wrong direction, but he does have a wall to it. They just immediately fire through the wall. AZK with a headshot on the Thinkingnade. And while they are making the rotation, that one more frag on a Rampy, that's it. They're on B site. Team Mirage has the site. This will have to be a retake here from Team 6. As Skadoodle is about to plant. There it is.
I was not looking at Rampy's vision to see if he could peek in there, but man, it looked like he had a lot of time to make that kill happen and just couldn't. AZK takes advantage, though, and looking good coming into the close of the half here. Oh, no, I was going to say, see if Necrox could jump in and do something, but he can't. Just NBK remaining. He doesn't have an ult. He just has a couple of satchels, so he'll run in here and try and make something happen, but can't. Hiko grabs the last kill.
And
there's a flawless
round. Flawless round to end the half. Team Mirage up here, 8-4. For those just joining, if you are unfamiliar with which players and you have not seen at this point which are on which team, Team 6 is Rampy, Canadian, MVK, Thinkingnade, and Necrox. And Team Mirage is Hiko, Nothing, Brax, Scott, and AZK. So these players are from Rainbow Six Siege and from Counter-Strike Global Offensive. We asked Canadian and Brax to put together their teams. These are the people they chose to play with. And this entire tournament, the remaining part of this group is Team Rift, which is comprised of League of Legends players and streamers. Double Lift, Shifter, Dyrus, I'm a Cutie Pie, and Xmithy are on Team Rift, the League of Legends team. And then on the Team Hero side, it was led by Team Gale, or TSM Gale, and will be flanked by several different Overwatch streamers as well. So we will get to see them play these two teams later in the group today. But for the time being, Team Mirage with an 8-4 lead here as they switch sides onto defenders against Team 6.
It was 8 rounds as attacker there for Team Mirage, so they're looking pretty right now. So they've just got to sit back and play it safe, though. It almost feels like there's tons of pressure on Team 6 to try and make something happen right now. Clearly, their patient game has not worked out for them. They can't just change their strategy in the middle of this, of course, but pistol round was good for them to get some aggression. I'd like to see it again. But unfortunately, they haven't been too aggressive. Collapsing on A now. 3 members of Mirage playing in wait. Breach throws down. A little bit of a disruption, just his own. Skadoodle immediately grabs a kill on NVK. Hiko comes back with 2 more, though, to a 4v2, getting the spike planted. Necrox comes back, finally finishes off Hiko, trying to push into the site and steal a couple more, but Brax takes him out. Just 1 player remaining. Team 6, spotted out. Thinkingnade goes.
Out of charges.
And we see Team Mirage close out the round with the defuse. That'll hurt Team 6's momentum. They certainly needed to win a pistol round to make this work. You know, we are only 4 more rounds away from seeing Team Mirage be able to close it out here. I think most people predicted them, Kevin, to be one of the favorites heading into the tournament. Certainly, if you have seen them play together in other invitationals, such as the T1 Invitational, these guys are really good. They have a really good synergy. They enjoy playing with one another here in Valorant. And previously, some of the best players in Counter-Strike also. Skadoodle, a major champion, having won the Boston Major with Cloud9. But some others successful as well. People very much forget that the AZK, Brax, iBuyPower team of old certainly was predicted to be one of the best North American teams in all of Counter-Strike, and could have even gone further had not they been banned for match fixing. But this is a redemption story for them, not a lull. So this is their opportunity now as a part of T1 to really come back and make a name for themselves in Valorant.
Yeah, that's right, and they're doing very well here. And I was curious to see exactly how good the Team 6 players would be coming into this. I had figured, I knew the next round was going to be for the memes, of course, with Rift and Heroes, but I thought maybe they'd give Mirage a little run for their money. I didn't know if it would be a win for them, but I thought they'd make it close, and after the first couple of rounds, that felt right. But unfortunately, since then, it's been a pretty big stomp coming in from Mirage as they just sit back and wait as Skadoodle sitting around the corner here from 4 members. Gets 1 kill, gets a 2nd kill, goes down to the 3rd as Canadian finally wins out with the pistol. But 2 quick kills on the opening there from Skadoodle.
See Canadian get an entry on to B site. Will they be able to get the plant here? Hiko is sitting back there towards the defender spawn. They got the plan off, but you see AZK and Nothing are going to be pushing through through hookah, and we see AZK start off with 1 frag on Necrox. Now in a 3v2 situation, can Team 6 hold this, or will Team Mirage retake? Hiko with another onto Rampy. Canadian responds. Canadian with 3 kills in this round. But he gets fragged out by Hiko, and Team Mirage will get the defuse, which will make this 10-4 for Team Mirage.
Yeah, I'm going to give Canadian a little bit of credit, though. He has been playing very well in the rounds that have gone well for Team 6. He's generally been the reason to make that happen, whether it was just through vision granted through Cypher and being in the right position, or there getting the 3-kill coming from pistols, stealing opponents' guns, doing some damage. So, you know, unfortunately not reflected in the overall scoreboard for the match, but Canadian having a pretty good game.
Certainly. I think that, you know, Team 6 it's come down to really hard aim battles for them, which they are obviously losing. Hiko with 17 kills and only 8 deaths. Ska and AZK right behind him, 13 kills and 7 deaths. Really impressive performance for almost everyone here in Team Mirage, with Brax the only one with a negative KDA here. But KDA is not everything, and Brax has been doing his contribution, getting info, playing up, listening for footsteps. See him getting a frag there onto Necrox. Thinkingnade responding in kind with a frag of his own. Team 6 is on the site in the 3v3 situation here, but they are going to be very quickly collapsed on after this plant. Skadoodle and Hiko already in the defender site. Hiko gets fragged by MVK with that op. Nothing going to have to push through. It's slow. This looks like this could be a round for Team 6, depending on if Nothing can clutch this or not. Will he do it?
You know, honestly, that 2v2 to open up, or the 2-4-2 to open things up, was actually a pretty good trade for Team 6. They were able to take really good positions on the point. NVK finishes things up, getting the last op kill and the 3-kill for the match there. NVK with a great round, bring his team back into things. Still down 10-5 at the moment, but a well-played round there. They coordinated well jumping into the site. They came out of window behind a really nice flash from Rampy and stole 2 kills with that. So signs of life from the Team 6 side here.
They've got to get some momentum going here. It's going to be more difficult if they lose this round right now, because it certainly will hurt their economy, and they will be able to buy a second time if they lose this round and Team Mirage goes up 11-5. But we see Team 6 looking to make a play here. We see a B stack from Team Mirage. They do not have that information, though, so they are not making a hard push onto A, but we do see a 3-man flank from Brax, AZK, and Nothing on the side of Team Mirage, looking to push up the back. See Skadoodle and Hiko pushing up the mid area as well through Puka. Early frag there from Rampy. And that will trigger the A push from Team 6. They will get onto the site. They will get the plant right now from Thinkingnade. And now they will have to hold in this 4-4 situation. They should assume, although they have to look, they should assume that most of them are going to be flanking. But there is the minor chance that they could think that they are coming from defender spawn. MVK with an opening onto Nothing. Hiko hits that tripwire, revealing himself. MVK looking again, now looking at the right position, but there is a Cypher smoke. You cannot see through that. And then we will see a rotation here from all 3 players of Team Mirage as they look towards Bath. Will they save, or will they try to make this push? The bomb is ticking down. We will see what they do here. Looks like all teams are going to retreat, and this will be 11-6 in the favor of Team Mirage. But Team 6, another round in their belt. More than I think many of us expected. Decent performance here on the attacker side for Team 6.
There was one thing I want to call out there. Necrox actually had a really well-timed ult there. As soon as Team 6 felt the collapse was coming from that B-side 5 stack, he ults that allows Rampy to actually get a kill and trade, which a 4v4 when the enemy team is going to steal one of your big guns feels a lot better than a 5v4 and your enemy team steals one of your big guns, right? So kept the momentum alive, and yeah, the rest of Team Mirage decided to sit back. They've got some rounds to give, but pretty good play there that makes a win become an even better win probably for Team 6.
We'll see Nothing with the early frag. Skadoodle following him right up. The spike is now down on that A short position. Only one member of Team 6 near A. They're going to have to make the call to get the rotation, but they are waiting. They know now, Team Mirage knows that the spike is down there, right in front of that teleporter. Yeah, Hiko preparing for a flash. Did not hit anybody, but what in this position, there's not much you can do because there is no Brimstone. There is no Cypher left alive on the side of Team 6. So being able to get in there safely and unseen is going to be very difficult. Nothing gets another spray through the smoke onto MVK. And at this point, if you're Team 6, you kind of have to retreat because Team Mirage here has 2. And you have very limited options if you are Rampy and thinking what you can do.
I love the idea behind the A-stack push there. You know, once you push through mid and come around the teleporter, if you can secure that quickly, you've got great angles to plant and set up to, you know, stop the retake and everything like that. But literally the moment they walked in, Skadoodle opens up with a kill and it just puts, you know, stops it in its tracks. But I at least like the thought by Team 6 there to try and swap things up on the attack, right?
Yeah, it was definitely different. We will see them save this round. They do not have enough time to get the spike and to plant it. We'll see Team Mirage rush into their spawn to try to do something. They'll come through the teleporter. Nobody will have enough time, and we'll see a save here from Thinkingnade and from Rampy. 11-6 for Team Mirage. Team 6 should have enough money among themselves to be able to buy guns for this round to be very equal-footed. We see them immediately moving towards the B mid and hoop positions. Whether they will be able to do that, we'll see. Impressive camera there by Brax. That should give him a lot of information if anybody decides to come through B long. Don't think it's vaulted enough, though, to see over any of those walls, so... As long as they're quiet, this should be pretty sneaky for Team 6. They do get spotted by Ska's recon drone. And an ultimate from Skadoodle tries to catch someone out, but unsuccessful in that. And now we will see a little bit of movement towards B long, where Brax has a camera, which he should be able to see them if he angles it to the left. AZK, nothing, and Brax here sitting on B site, just waiting for the push from Team 6.
Nothing has already rotated back over to B side as well, so set up for this and ready to drop some smokes here off his brimstone. You know, I've just not been super happy with the way that 6 has used their vision. Canadian did a great job on defense using Cypher, but the cameras I don't think have given them a lot of insight. They've walked into a lot of spots where they shouldn't have taken kills. NVK gets a shot down on nothing, though, and he's been great with that op so far. He's really showed up in the second half here. And, you know, I think a lot is made about the differences in economy between this game and CS and stuff like that, and how this game you don't get punished as much. And I think we saw a good example of that the past couple of rounds, because Team 6, even losing a couple of rounds here and there, saving a couple of guns each round, their economy is great. AZK gets a kill, though, to tie it up 4-4. Necrox answers right back on Brax. And everyone collapsing toward B side at the moment as NDK in here. Misses the shot, though.
Hiko's ult, though. Hiko setting up AZK for those 4 frags. Easy money for Team 6. They're going to even have time to back off, let AZK run somewhere else, and let Hiko get the defuse. Let him get the honors. He sent off the ult that eventually stunned everyone and flashed them, and it allowed for AZK to do that 4K easy cleanup. Team Mirage 12-6. One more round and this game will be theirs. They will be the opening win of the ESPN Esports Invitational if they are able to do this. And our next match will be at 5:30, which will be in approximately a little bit more than 30 minutes, which will be Team Rift and Team Heroes. We will have a little bit of time in between that where we will break down this match. But this match is not over. Team Mirage does have the advantage here. They are up 6 rounds. One more and they'll call it a game. Well, let's see how Team 6 responds.
If you ask a lot of pros who they think the most annoying characters to play against are, it usually comes down to Raze and Breach. And I think we got a good example of why Breach has sort of overtaken Raze despite her rocket as the most annoying character there, as that ult was pretty brilliant in flushing everyone out and sets Team Mirage on match point here. It's like the rest of 6 is going to come over to A, start collapsing, but immediately nothing drops down a smoke. It's going to be difficult for 6 to push past this, and it looks like the rest of Mirage has sort of figured this out at this point. Already we can see the AZK is pushed pretty far past B and is ready to rotate as soon as the people holding A get a glimpse of Team 6.
Very slow movement here from Team 6. They are looking to push up the short A side, where nothing's Skadoodle and Hiko are waiting. Ska with the op frag. That should be familiar to Counter-Strike fans. Nothing like a good old Ska op shot. Mowing him down. But MBK answers right back. Gets nothing with his ultimate from Raze. Hiko, the only one remaining on A site. AZK and Brax trying to respond. AZK pushing hard from the back of the site. Canadian will get the information with his ultimate as to where everyone is. But AZK and Hiko get the opening frags. Brax gets us another with an op of his own onto Necrox, and Canadian gets fragged, and that should be game. Team Mirage, the first winners in the first match of the ESPN Esports Valorant Invitation.